came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Can't no one stop me, yeah, bring it in. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Back to reality, ain't no one bad as me. See, they be doubting, but I keep on actually pushing, not giving up. That's how I give it up. Pushing, not giving up. That's how I give it up.
Welcome to another pitch episode of the 2022 BCX Digital Innovation Awards Show. We are still on the hunt for our top SME innovation, and last time we had Envision It, and they came to pitch their innovation Radify. In this episode, we'll meet the team from Acumen Software, and they'll be showing us their My Smart City pitch. Before we jump into the action, here's a quick reminder of who the judges are.
Hello, my name's Toby Shapshak. I've been a technology journalist for the last 20 years or so. I am the editor-in-chief of Stuff, and I did a TED Talk in Edinburgh about how innovation is better in Africa.
Hello, my name is Shaheen Vauda. I'm the Chief Sales Officer here at BCX, and I'm super excited to be part of this year's Digital Innovation Awards. I've been part of this now for the last 4 years, and I'm really interested to see how the entrants have grown over this period of time.
A very warm hello. My name is Rapelang Rabana, and I'm a technology entrepreneur and very excited to be back at BCX for the Digital Innovation Awards for 2022.
I came to win, yeah, I came to win.
All right, so we're excited. My Smart City looking to solve a lot of issues.
Yeah.
I know that, Rapelang, you speak for a living in the context of technology and innovation. I mean, what can you say to the people who are pitching today that'll really get the message through?
You know, I think what we need to emphasize a lot more is just the practicality of what we've done, how we've pieced together bits of technology, what our reach is, what our customers are saying. And, you know, we need the impact on the ground more than anything else. We don't have to do, I guess, the American sales pitch style because, I guess we don't need to incentivize ourselves in that direction. I think we need to focus on what's happening on the ground, what have we done, where do we want to go, and just be more human about it.
Right, rands and cents and lives that are affected.
More practicality.
Hi there, I'm Gareth Ditchfield and this is Terence Ray. We represent the growth and marketing departments at My Smart City. My Smart City is a consumer-based app that essentially connects citizens to their cities and provides them with an ecosystem where they can book private services at the tap of an app.
We developed the My Smart City app to empower citizens within South Africa, providing them with a tool in which to connect with their municipal and private service providers in order to improve service delivery for the country.
Firstly, we've got a population that really needs job opportunities, with over 33% of our population employed. We really need to tackle this once and for all. So it's an incredible platform to put that in the palms of people's hands. And then really from an infrastructural perspective, we use our infrastructure every single day to get to work, to put food on the table, to get employment and to make income happen. And if we don't make sure that this is taken care of from a South African perspective, we're going to be in trouble. So this is why we're doing it.
Our expectations of the judges and the entire process is that the solution that is most helpful to South Africans is selected. We are hoping that My Smart City is the solution that's going to drive the most change, proactive change for South Africans.
I came to win, yeah, I came to win.
So here they are, let's meet them, Gareth and Terence. Hello.
Hi judges, hi Pavi, I'm Gareth.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Terence.
Hi guys.
Thanks for having us.
Hello.
Thank you. It's great to meet you guys all, and thank you for having us on this esteemed innovation. We are the team at My Smart City, and we're going to tell you a little bit about why My Smart City is such an amazing product for South Africa.
Yeah, correct.
So My Smart City has been connecting South Africans to services around the country in a localized a localized solution. And that's what we want to talk about today. We want to talk about how we are solving South African problems with South African solutions.
Acumen Software and My Smart City have been on a mission to really transform South Africa and empower our citizens. And today we're going to share a little bit about that journey.
Okay. So let's jump in. Whoops.
Right.
Right. So what are we here to talk about? What My Smart City has done is that we plan to empower citizens by connecting them to their municipal and private service providers. We provide South Africans with a local solution to address local issues and improve the lives of all South Africans.
Yep. But what does that really mean? It's a lot of fluff in terms of those words, right? Let's dig into how we achieve that.
Gareth, off to you.
Right. The first part of this, and we're going to really break down 3 factors. The first factor is how we go about empowering our citizens. We provide everyday South Africans with the tools and the tech necessary to engage with their communities and their cities, simply and transparently.
Great. The 2 components I want to break down next is something called what we're calling connecting citizens. There's 2 major focus areas that My Smart City focuses on. One is to log issues with your local municipality. This is to alleviate the pain points citizens encounter when reporting issues with their local municipalities. The second element that we want to talk about is the ability to book a service. This is where we plan on building an ecosystem of premium services to create shared value and disruptive job opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. So the third element we want to chat about is South African problems solving by South African solutions for South African problems, I beg your pardon. Understanding the unique and diverse requirements that South Africa have experienced and providing them with the tools necessary to change that.
Great. So let's jump in and discuss how we actually go about empowering citizens.
Yeah. So a platform that is not bound by limits. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've all heard about omni-channel, correct? But what about omni-service? Making sure that the services in and around your location are specifically tailored to you and that you have access to them on the platform of your choice.
100%, Gareth. So in order to do this, we've created a number of different interfaces for the different users that are facing that interface. As you can see on the screen, these are the 2 primary areas for My Smart City. What we've got over here is the ability to log your municipal services on the mobile screen, and on the desktop screen you can see that is how one would go about booking a service. When we're talking about municipal services, we're talking about anything from logging your pothole that you drive over on the way in, or power outages, or water outages, or whatever the case is around your municipality. When we're talking about booking a service, we're talking about booking disruptive services. So yes, we've kicked off with the likes of domestic workers as well as gardeners, but we plan on introducing new services depending on what the informal sector can provide and how we can facilitate job opportunities there, as well as what our customers are telling us that they need.
Cool. Another aspect of our solution is our service provider portal. So we've made it really, really simple for service providers to jump into this portal, to register their account, to onboard effectively, and to receive jobs at the tap of an app. This is a really, really prevalent solution for South Africa at the moment.
100%, and it really helps the informal market. We're trying to empower the informal market and give them opportunity to access the technological advancements of the current day. Great. The next element that I want to talk about is what we call is our back-end solution. This is what we use to really make the solution work. It is where we manage the issues that are reported, as well as allocating resources to the jobs that have been allocated.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the tool that holds us accountable to delivering to our citizens. And essentially, this is how we go about making sure that everyone is attended to at the right time. We ensure that the right person arrives at the right place at the right time. And this is quite powerful stuff.
Yeah, phenomenal. Moving on is our service provider portal. Now this is the tool that we use, that we provide our service providers to check their portfolio. They can easily access the work that they've got lined up in front of them for the day, as well as review their ratings, see how much they've accumulated for the month in terms of earnings, and they can see notifications that they receive from customers, engage with customers, and also they get access to how to navigate to their job. Once it's been allocated, they are able to see it on a map and navigate their way there.
Right. The next thing we want to chat about is how we go about connecting citizens. So the middle screen that you'll see is essentially a journey that is aligned to reporting an issue. To your left, though, is our local insights tab. This is an incredibly powerful piece of technology, ladies and gentlemen. Essentially, what this does is it gives you the ability to understand city by city what has been logged, what has been resolved, and what is still outstanding. The beauty about this is that we're able to really compare cities side by side. That is magic. If we talk about property prices and how you are investing in specific areas, this gives citizens the ability to dig into those data sets and understand, is this an environment I wish to invest in, I wish to raise my children in, or I wish to make a difference in. That's true community.
100%, and that's the beauty of My Smart City. It gives us that transparency, that citizen of today, the citizen of South Africa, transparency about what's really going on in their neighborhood and how can they improve it. The screen that you can see to your right, that is what we call our social feed. This is where community members can come together and discuss what's going on in their community, whether that be a suspicious car that's in the neighborhood or an event that's taking place. And on top of that, what we've also introduced is the likes of our load shedding schedules, alerts that let people know if there's natural disasters coming up, and etc. Fantastic.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is showing you a little bit of love from our consumers and the users of our app. A ton of 5-star ratings, community leaders really rallying around this technology, and community and citizens really using the technology and loving the way that they get that feedback loop back. It's all about that communication and true transparency.
Absolutely, Gareth. It's truly where people are connecting. Okay, so we've spoken a little bit about the product, but we want to talk a little bit about the numbers. So I'm not going to jump into too much detail on this, but since we launched the My Smart City app, we've seen a 9x improvement in call resolution. That's 9 times faster that potholes are getting resolved, 9 times faster that water outages are being resolved, and 9 times faster that traffic lights are getting resolved so everybody can get to work on time. The other number that I really want to point out on screen, which is quite phenomenal, that we're quite excited about, is the 52,587 issues that have been resolved. This is 52,500 reasons why people have been able to get to their job in time and help our economy.
Yep.
It's also 52,500 reasons why people have been able to put food on the plate for their children, ensuring that the lights are kept on and that they get to work safely.
Pretty
it's also
powerful
52,000 reasons why people have been able to catch a shower to get to their Tinder dates. And last but not least, I want to bring your attention to the table over here. And on the table, you can see the 4 major categories that are affecting South Africans, right? I think it's quite clear that we all know that it's roads and electricity. We all struggle with a little bit of load shedding, and I think everybody's hit a pothole, and probably if you live in Bryanston, you've come across a couple of craters. And we can see that is represented through the numbers of the top logged issues in the categories. But what's really interesting when we start to look into the data is how long the resolution is taking to get resolved. Our municipalities have SLAs in which they have promises to their citizens, right? So we get to see which issues are our municipalities struggling with and how can we help them to prioritize it. The next thing we want to talk about, and this is all related to our municipal services, but the next thing we want to talk about some of the stats is in the private booker service side.
Yeah, correct. So currently South Africa is a gorgeous country and we love our country. At the same token, we sit with a bit of a conundrum in terms of the skill set and the lack of skills and quite a large informal sector. We sit with 33.56% of South Africa currently being unemployed. Only 6% of South Africans have a matric certificate, and only 1 out of 3 South Africans, 6% have a university degree, and only 1 out of 3 South Africans have a matric certificate. These numbers are not great. However, our solution really looks to create an environment and an ecosystem where we can boost this and bring that poverty line up a little bit. Essentially, South Africa spends more time on the internet than any other country in the world, averaging 10 hours and 46 minutes per day. This is fostering an ecosystem of extreme value for an app like ours, and this is where citizens really feel connected, involved, and engaged.
Toby, we've done a little bit of homework and we've researched that you've spoken quite thoroughly on mobile first. No,
only.
Mobile only, I believe.
I thought you were going to say my average time is twice that.
Yeah. Well,
I need a laugh.
We're not tracking you, Tony. Don't worry.
not yet. Just get onto it. But yeah, I think it is a very, very prevalent problem in Africa, right? We all know that we might have access to a fixed line, but not necessarily every South African, and that's what we're really trying to address, is trying to help the informal sector evolve into this technological advancement. How do we bring them into a world where they don't stand outside of Builders Warehouse looking for a job opportunity? How do we bring them onto a platform where they can actually engage and start to evolve into the digital transformation era? They're all on a mobile device, and that's what we want to empower them with, to give them the ability to find opportunities simply, easily, transparently with My Smart City.
Good luck.
Okay, now we want to showcase Rob Marshall. This guy is everything to us at the moment. Why? Because he's a super user. This gentleman is part of the Woodstock CPF and essentially is a leader with the neighborhood watch community called UWatch. Rob is a citizen and a community leader who has taken our app and really run with it as much as he possibly could. He got citizens together in the Woodstock community on one Saturday morning, and he had the community rally together and log over 410 issues. A month later, ladies and gentlemen, those 410 issues were completely resolved. We sit in a position right now where Woodstock South Africa is in a really, really good space, and right now the community have got no more issues to log because everything has been resolved from an infrastructural perspective. This is some really, really powerful stuff. More than that, we've really gone over and above in terms of providing resources to Rob and the UWatch community in terms of setting them up digitally and giving them as much value as we possibly can from our team.
100%, and we've seen great results and relationships as a result of engaging with Rob. He's not only champion in Woodstock, but has gone further to engage the likes of Observatory and Salt River.
Yeah.
So he's really championed it and pushed it in there and gotten My Smart City citizens to actually take responsibility. So now he is no longer tending to WhatsApp messages coming through at 10 o'clock at night to sort them out, but people are actually learning to resolve them themselves with a simple solution as opposed to complex infrastructure that currently exists.
Our message is, in short, please be more like Rob.
So the ask, and we want you guys to show us a little love here, and we've kind of done these with our homework, looking into your backgrounds. So Gareth, what do we need?
So first, we would like some infrastructural assistance to hyperscale into South Africa and zero rate our platform. Now I know zero rating is a big ask, but we might as well ask while we're here, right?
Yeah, and I think it's important because South Africans don't always have access to data. And while we are evolving into the digital era, not everybody can afford the digital era. The next thing that we want to ask for is your using partnership influence to integrate with government institutions, municipalities, and corporate South Africa.
Yep. Corporate and governance support to build out our platform services and key to all apps, monetization streams.
And then media exposure. Toby, I'm looking at you again, and we've done quite a bit of reading in your sector, and we would really love to connect with the technological sector of journalism and get some public relations and really let South Africans know that we're here to be their champion.
And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we would like you to
show you how to use your remote.
Yeah,
please, if you could. Not working.
Always happens right at the end, right?
Always
So,
does. Yep, there we
there
go.
We would like you to plug us into
Lovely.
every corner of Mzansi.
Absolutely. We want to make South Africa the best it can possibly be and give everybody the potential opportunities that they can excel at. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can take a deep breath now, gentlemen. Breathe. It's done. Well done. That was very interesting.
Yeah, very good
Yeah.
presentation.
Thank you.
God bless Rob Marshall, right?
Yes.
Both for South Africa and for your app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me, and there are a lot of these kinds of community-orientated apps that have crossed my desk. You reference Eskom Sepush or this and the kind of service. I do think there's a real possibility for this kind of community-based app. I mean, you look at how Eskom Sepush, they debate amongst themselves. You know, the developers have told me they don't have to answer those 10 p.m. WhatsApp messages that Rob's no longer getting. So I do think South Africa is ready for this kind of app. The example you give is really good. I know Woodstock well, you know. This is not Woodstock 99. And to have a community, especially one as diverse and central in terms of Cape Town's culture as Woodstock, to have such a good success story is a really great marketing pitch for your app and what you guys do. So, well done.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been really
interesting
excited.
presentation there. I did get a little bit confused, so maybe let me just understand. So you collect all of the issues, right?
Yeah.
And the ones that are relevant for the municipality, you give to the municipality, and the
Yes.
ones that are for private service providers, you give to private service providers.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
How do you classify that?
We have direct integration into quite a few cities, and that
Okay.
essentially allows us to be able to log these calls directly with the municipality and segment them per category as it would be relating to the municipality or the city. And essentially, we make sure that we log these issues, we then send it through to the city, and then we have that feedback loop telling us what is actually taking
Okay.
place.
And which cities are you in at the moment?
All major metros. So currently we're in Johannesburg, Tshwane, Cape Town, Ekurhuleni, and eThekwini.
Okay, cool.
And then we are also launching in an additional 17 municipalities over the course of the next month, which is very, very exciting.
How does it work in sort of environments that are less sort of formal, structured, like Woodstock, in the townships and things?
I think what My Smart City does, it uses the technology to our advantage, right? So as one might expect when they're using a navigation app where you might drop a pin, I'm not going to mention the name, but you drop a pin and it points out that there's a pothole at that specific location. My Smart City works in a very similar manner. So it uses GPS, the person drops a pin, gives a description, uploads photos, and then we send that on to the municipality. So now the municipality can actually make an informed decision when they're sending out a resource to amend to the resolution. So they know exactly how many potholes they're looking into, how to escalate it, and the beauty of My Smart City is that it collects the data so people can see, the municipalities can see how many people is it actually affecting, how many people have escalated this issue. So let's prioritize our resources. Let's see how we can drive the most impact.
So
Accountability. Oh God, who wants to hold the municipality accountable? Well done, James.
So for me, the success of the app is based on you being able to get the problem immediately. So you want it real time, because if you get it quick enough, you're able to then activate and do something with that particular problem. So I've got two questions for you. The first one is, I only have a feature phone. So with my feature phone, am I able to use how am I able to interact with you?
Look, with a feature phone, there would be limited functionality. It is a smartphone app. At the same token, we've also made sure that the channels relevant to our community are available. So we've got a web app. We're available in most of the Play stores. So should you not be able to do it on a feature phone, you'd be able to use the web app.
And while the solution doesn't necessarily exist at the moment, we have been investigating into doing an SMS type of logging system.
I think it's important for you to consider, because a lot of people may not have access to a smartphone.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And you want to be able to target those communities also so that they can get improved services.
Of course.
Correct.
Finally, are you able to integrate via any chatbots or WhatsApp applications, chatting applications, so that when somebody is just around, he doesn't have to now go onto the application.
Sure.
He just pops something through via WhatsApp or something of that nature, and you receive it.
Yes.
Absolutely. We've got a very talented group of developers down in Cape Town, and we've looked at various options. We have looked into a chatbot for the platform, as it's a new platform, and I think sometimes a little bit of self-help goes a long way. But we definitely would be looking into the likes of what possibilities are capable for a WhatsApp integration.
In terms of our roadmap, we really want to make it as easy for citizens as possible to access our tech and to make use of it, so that we can achieve more of those resolutions. You saw the problem number there, 171,000. We'd like to dig a little bit deeper into those numbers and get them resolved.
Well, the use of the word roadmap is very appropriate for fixing potholes. Right? Yes.
The other question,
Excuse the pun.
Less potholes in ours.
the other question that comes to mind for me, and I think I'm trying to think of what does true success, look like in this kind of journey. Isn't it also not just about resolving the issue, but how we redistribute resources in our country where there were areas that were deeply underserviced?
Yeah.
And are we increasing the service levels, in those areas? And that's why I'm trying to get a better sense of how well is it working in the townships.
Get more proactive rather than reactive.
Yes.
And as Gareth mentioned in the presentation, we have a feature within the app, they're just called local insights. And we can get down to how things are being resolved in various municipalities. So we can go down, yes, we can see a city level, but we can dig down a little bit deeper and go into municipality level, where one can go in and see how one specific municipality is performing. And if it is underperforming, the transparency is there. You can hold, your municipality accountable. You engage your ward councillor and say, guys, what are we doing about this? How do we resolve this?
And our vision is not only to extend this just to cities and to major metros. We want to make this available for our local townships and our informal settlements. It's incredibly important that all South Africans have access to this tech and to this life-changing tech, because it is exactly that. So not only are we focusing on creating those disruptive job opportunities, but we want to make this tech available to everyone. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you very
Good
much,
luck.
guys.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. I mean, I'm just thinking, I come from the world of talk radio, and that's where you phone and make your complaints about this not working and that not working. And soon apps like this will take over, which I think is so much more empowering as a citizen
Exactly.
as well. Final thoughts, judges?
It's just impressive to know that guys out there are thinking about our real life problems and helping us resolve them.
Yeah, when we look at, how tough local governance and municipalities are really struggling, so it's, it's great that we can raise the level of transparency around what's happening.
Yeah, this really does strike me as an app or a service that has very wide applications, especially in South Africa right now. So, yeah, good luck.
And with that, we are 2 pitches down. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you to everybody watching as well. We have another pitch left in our SME category, but did Acumen Software do enough to take home the title of Top Innovator for 2022? Well, only time will tell, and we'll see you next time.
I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Can't no one stop me, yeah, bring it in. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Back to reality, ain't no one bad as me. See, they be doubting, but I keep on actually pushing, not giving up. That's how I give it up. Pushing, not giving up. That's how I give it up.